Hello and welcome to the Headmaster's Weekly Blog. Some of you who are more eagle-eyed will have noticed that I'm not the headmaster. Mr. Murphy is unfortunately ill at the moment, and we wish him well and all the other pupils who are off school at this precise moment. So today you have me, Ian Mitchell, the Deputy Headmaster, and indeed it has been another busy week at Kingswood House. Today is Odd Sock Day, and that marks the end of anti-bullying week. We have had many discussions in PSHE lessons. There have been talks in pupil briefings. Indeed, we had a parent talk. And we very much want all the pupils to feel safe at Kingswood House and indeed online. And talking of online, all of you should have received this week a copy of Digital Parenting. Now, please make sure you put this somewhere safe. Make sure it's not thrown out with the Sunday supplements, because there is a lot of really good advice. Recommend that you read it through first and then you dip in and out of it for advice as time goes on. So please look after that. Today is Drake House Day. Very exciting. It's the first of our 4 house days where children create stalls, and they get the other children in other houses to come and participate, and we raise a significant amount of money for a particular charity. Now, all the houses have chosen charities. They're child-centric, and Drake chose Barnardo's. So we wish them well, and we hope they raise a lot of money today. And on the subject of raising money, I should say a huge thank you for everyone who contributed to the Poppy Appeal. Now, we don't know how much we've raised at the moment, but I've never known the collection box to be so full. And indeed, we had a separate bag of money, which will also be sent off to the Royal British Legion. So thank you very much. Now, apart from the events that are going on this week, a lot is happening behind the scenes. If you go up to the music room, you'll see that it resembles Santa's Grotto. Miss Foster has put a lot of effort into decorating the room and getting children in the right mood so they can practice their Christmas hymns and carols. And that's not the only place where we've heard music this week. Wednesday nights are always a treat. As I walk past the hall, I often hear the cast of the drama production rehearsing their numbers. And we look forward to the drama production, which will be held at Nescott next term, the week before half term. It's open to everyone in the Kingswood House community, not just to the parents of those who are performing. It really is a treat, and we'll say more about that next term. And while we talk about drama, it was lovely to watch a Year 11 assembly this week. It was written by Rory Gibbs and Angelo Cooper. It really was quite funny, and it was lovely to see all their classmates buying into the production and really giving it a go in front of the camera. They were all dressed up. And what made it even more special was when I walked around the school afterwards, hearing a lot of the younger children saying, "Oh, wasn't that good? Oh, that was the best assembly this year." So hopefully they have encouraged a lot of the younger children to tread the boards in the future. In the same assembly, it was my privilege to hand out some primary maths challenge certificates. Boys and girls in years 5 and 6 participated a couple of weeks ago, and many of them, if not all of them, received certificates, and a mention really for 2 in particular who achieved the Gold Award. So well done to Aaron Arulchandran and to Dexter Braithwaite for getting a Gold Award. And that leads me nicely on to mention other children in dispatches. So, in years 2 and 3, Mai Barger, well done for a fantastic performance in the public speaking competition. And Mr. Westcott says, well done to years 2 and 3 for their fantastic effort in their recent football tournament. They also showed respect by thanking the hosts for the fixture. And there again, year 2 and 3 collectively for embracing the use of tonal values, looking at natural forms in art. And year 4, well done to Zach Borner-Allen for excellent effort with his handwriting. Moving on up to the upper prep, In 5F, well done to Josh Graham for trying to focus and to try new things, and for Hugo Hawksley for his excellent work on fractions this week. In 6L, it says, in general, being bright and bubbly and bringing a little light to these wintry days, which is fantastic because we're not quite got to the midpoint in the second half of term. So if the children are being like that, they're showing a lot of resilience. So well done, 6L. Dolly Morris, well done for increased performance in science, and well done to Harvey Mufti and Max Kenner for very informative posters about how to avoid a shark attack. So that'd be very useful next time you're swimming in the sea. So 6S, Lucas Christie, well done for great contributions in French, and to Alex Forbes, Frankie Lata and Ewan Bay for their fabulous presentation on how we see in science. Well done to Pete Summers and Byron Miller for a presentation on how glasses can improve our vision. And Oscar Emmett, Sam Atkins, Nathaniel John and Sam Ferreira-Lay for a wonderful model and presentation. And that was all about explaining how the lens in our eye works. 6S. They continue to work hard in RS and they are keen to contribute to class discussions, Mrs. Weston reports. 7BA. Connor Morley Alvarez and Zach Middleton showed great enthusiasm in science this week. And in 7BL, after feeling unwell, Max Potoricic and Isabel Andrews have returned to school with positive attitudes and a smile on their faces. Well done for your endeavour, Miss Black reports. And James Miller and Gabriel Clark, during PSHE, James created a number of fantastic catchphrases about being kind to others and how we should treat other people. In the words of Gabrielle, kindness is like space, it never ends. And that's a hugely important message during Anti-Bullying Week. And Alicia Chung and Sebastian Versace increase participation in lessons, which is always a good thing to hear. Moving on to 7P, well done to George Dyson for being very reflective on how his actions may affect others, and for Jack Guiney for always being incredibly polite during form time. All of 7P showed the value of respect during our remembrance ceremony, Miss Patel, and indeed I'm sure Mr. Murphy reported last week how all the school were excellent when they all stood for the 2-minute silence on the AstroTurf. Well done, Harry Peters and Pippa Taylor. Great focus in science this week. Also, Jack Guiney. This man is on fire in maths this week, Mr. Barrett reports. Tristan Bush, well done for your huge efforts and self-control in class. And James Dowling deserves a very big mention as part of Switch Off Fortnight, which I know has been led by Miss Highlands and the Eco team. He has been completing surveys, or he and the rest of the team have been completing surveys during their lunch breaks. James went the extra mile and took his survey home to turn the results into an Excel spreadsheet. Very impressive. Thank you, James, Miss Highlands says. James Dowling again, well done. Mentioned again for always being so helpful. And Hussein Khan, well done for pushing himself more, plus George Dyson, Rex Treadwell, Zach Middleton and Dan Giles, all making good choices and working hard. Moving on up to Year 8 and 8F, Enzo Reid, who after a difficult start to the week really worked hard and turned it around. Great to see that even when things are tough, he hasn't given up. So well done, Enzo. Will Harverson, who has been really helpful and kind this week. And 8L, Avanish Gunjal, for putting excellent effort into all his work. He's always willing to go the extra mile in both class and homework. 8T, all of Year 8T, I should say, for being brave and digging deep to identify their unique talents for their assembly. Some of them are amazing. Special mentions to Max Lopez, Max Roucheron, Jonathan Barnes, Oliver Dimmock and Zach Moffat, who was first up for his offering. And all of 8T, well done for your excellent work in music. So impressed, reports Miss Foster. Bo Clark, well done. Greater efforts and focus in maths. and Max Lopez is always polite and thankful for the lesson, says Mrs. Lindley. Into the seniors, Bogdan Podobagora is always getting out independent revision in form, showing his conscientious attitude to learning. Well done, Bogdan, setting a great example. And well done to Zachary Fitzgibbon and Yassine Khan. Both of these two worked well during the science practical this week. They followed every step and obtained excellent results. 9H, Nathan Ashwell and Ozzy Sullivan. Well done for working hard and staying positive. And Nathan again for making Miss Toy feel welcome in the class and really pushing himself into the lesson. 10H, well done for their consistent politeness. Without fail, they always stand up when an adult enters a room, and they are all very courteous in opening doors and saying good morning, which is the ultimate share of respect. So well done to 10H. Pete Duncan has persistently impressed me with his knowledge of A Christmas Carol and excellent analysis skills recently, reports Mrs. Bray. And Anthony Mearnick, well done for some improvement in your focus. 10W, Zach Allabone, perceptive contributions in PSHE. Will Hamilton and Terry Byrne for working hard and producing a good standard of work in classics, reports Mrs. Weston. Year 9 and 10 artists, well done for continuing to make lovely progress in mixed media, Mrs. Wraith reports. Barnaby Hill and Max Garrett have both been working hard in science. Keep up the good work. And Mrs. Lindley says, all of my GCSE Year 10 maths class, well done to you for stepping it up a notch and working hard. And I should say a big thank you at this point to Mrs. Lindley, because it is maths enrichment half term, and she has come up with some wonderful activities that I know all the boys and girls have enjoyed. So thank you, Mrs. Lindley. 11B, concerted efforts by DT students in Year 11 to finalise plans for DT project. Max Mitchell-Nesbitt and Ali Dawson in 11B, plus Sam Squire and Cameron Allenby. A big thank you to Rory Gibbs and Angelo Cooper, who I mentioned earlier, but suffice to say, their form teacher, Mr. Bailey, was very impressed with them writing their forms assembly. And finally, in 11W, Sam Squire for assisting many teachers around the school and within the form. And Mrs. Lindley has commented here about her Year 11 GCSE class, a mention in dispatches for the entire class for their breakthrough in simultaneous equations. So well done. That can't have been easy, but well done for persevering to all the pupils in that class. Wonderful. It's one of those times of year where half term seemed to be a while ago and Christmas is not there, but it's so pleasing to see so many of your pupils setting a good example and working hard. And so finally, I need to mention one more, and we wish Eddie Fisher in Year 11 all the very best as he flies out to Spain this evening to compete in the European Junior Golf Open. It's some feat to get to the Open, but I'm sure he is going to give his best, and we wish him every success. I believe he might even be on Sky TV sometime, so do check the schedules. So, in conclusion, please take time to read this booklet. Really important information. I'm sure many of you have heard the news. The sports pages this morning are all littered with people who have made poor decisions, and we certainly want all our children to make the very best decisions when working online. To all of those of you who might not be feeling well at the moment, we hope you get better soon, and we look forward to you returning to school. And to everyone else out there, I hope you have a lovely weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.